Hey, gorgeous! Welcome back to Style Never Ages. I'm so glad you're here today because we're talking about something I get asked about all the time. How can I look younger without trying too hard or losing my personal style? Today, I'm sharing 4 game-changing style tips that can honestly take years off your appearance while keeping you looking authentically you. These are simple, practical changes that make a big difference. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below telling me which tip you're most excited to try. All right, let's get into it. Tip number 1 is all about silhouettes, and this is huge. The shape of our clothing can either make us look fresh and current, or it can age us significantly. I want you to take a critical look at the shapes you're wearing. Are you still holding on to styles from 10, 15, even 20 years ago? Boxy blazers with heavy shoulder pads, super wide leg pants that swallow your frame, baggy tunics that hide your shape completely. When we wear outdated silhouettes, people subconsciously register that we're stuck in a different era, and that automatically ages us. So what should you look for instead? Think modern, streamlined shapes that skim the body without being too tight. You want clothes that acknowledge you have a figure without clinging to every curve. For tops, look for styles that have a bit of structure but aren't boxy. A slightly fitted blouse or a top with gentle waist definition is incredibly flattering. Also, pay attention to sleeve length. 3/4 sleeves or sleeves that hit right at the wrist tend to be more current than those awkward mid-forearm lengths. And if you love sleeveless styles, make sure the armholes aren't too low or too tight. That's a dead giveaway of older clothing. For pants, we've moved away from the super skinny jean era, thank goodness. But that doesn't mean going back to overly wide styles. Look for straight leg or slightly tapered pants that create a clean, elongated line. High-waisted styles are also wonderful because they elongate the legs and define the waist naturally without any effort. And here's the tip. Avoid pants that are too short or too long. The hem should just graze the top of your shoe for the most modern, polished look. Trust me, updating even 2 or 3 key pieces in your wardrobe with more modern silhouettes will make an immediate difference in how young and current you look. It's not about following every trend. It's about wearing shapes that feel contemporary and fresh. Tip number 2, embrace color strategically. Let's talk about color because this is where I see so many women over 50 playing it too safe, and I get it. There's this unspoken rule that as we age, we should fade into the background, stick to neutrals, and be appropriate. But honestly, that's one of the fastest ways to look older and less vibrant. Color brings life to your face. It brightens your complexion, makes your eyes pop, and signals confidence and joy. And we want all of that. Now, I'm not saying you need to dress like a rainbow every day or wear neon colors that don't suit you. But if your wardrobe is entirely black, navy, gray, and beige, you're missing a huge opportunity to look more youthful and alive. And here's how to do color strategically. First, find your colors. This is about understanding your undertones. Are you warm, cool, or neutral? There are plenty of online guides, YouTube videos, and even apps that can help you figure this out. Once you know your undertones, you can choose colors that complement your skin tone and make you glow rather than colors that wash you out or make you look tired. One of my personal favorite tricks, I always keep a colorful blazer or cardigan in my closet. Even if I'm wearing jeans and a basic white tee, which is my go-to casual outfit, throwing on a coral blazer, a soft pink cardigan, or a bright blue jacket instantly elevates the look and makes me look more polished, put together, and yes, younger. Color also affects how people perceive your mood and energy. When you wear color, people naturally perceive you as more vibrant, more engaged, more alive. And that translates to looking younger. Hey, I want to pause for just a second and say thank you for watching. If you're enjoying these tips so far, do me a huge favor and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the YouTube algorithm show this content to more women who need to hear this message. All right, let's keep going because the next 2 tips are absolute game changers. Tip number 3 is something that took me years to fully appreciate, but once I understood it, it changed everything. The quality of your fabrics matters so much more than the quantity of clothes you own.
Here's the reality that nobody really talks about. As our skin changes with age, certain fabrics become less forgiving. Cheap, synthetic materials can look worn and tired quickly. They don't drape well on the body, and honestly, they can make even the most expensive-looking outfit appear cheap and dated. On the flip side, quality natural fabrics like cotton, linen, silk, cashmere, and good wool blend have this beautiful drape and texture that automatically elevates your look. They move gracefully with your body, they photograph beautifully, they feel amazing against your skin, and they signal to the world that you care about quality and yourself. For pants and skirts, look for fabrics with some weight and substance to them. Avoid anything too thin or clingy that shows every bump and line. You want fabrics that have structure and hold their shape, but still move naturally with your body. Think ponte knits, quality denim, wool blends, or structured cotton. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but quality fabrics are expensive. I can't afford a whole wardrobe of silk and cashmere. And yes, sometimes quality pieces have a higher price tag up front. But here's my philosophy, and this has served me well. I'd rather have 10 pieces I absolutely love that fit perfectly and are made from quality fabrics than 50 pieces of fast fashion that don't make me feel great and fall apart after a few washes. This is where building a capsule wardrobe really makes sense. Focus on classic, well-made basics in quality fabrics. A beautiful white cotton shirt, a cashmere sweater, a wool blazer, quality jeans, a silk blouse. These become the foundation of your wardrobe. Then you can mix in some trendier or less expensive pieces as accents and accessories. Also, don't underestimate the power of proper care. Quality fabrics last so much longer when you take care of them properly. Read those care labels. Yes, hand washing or dry cleaning might seem like a hassle, but it keeps your clothes looking fresh, new, and vibrant for years instead of months. It's actually more economical in the long run.
Tip hack 4, modernize your accessories. Okay, we've made it to tip number 4, and this one is honestly my favorite because it's the easiest to implement and often the most impactful: modernizing your accessories. Accessories can absolutely make or break an outfit. They're like the punctuation marks in your style sentence. They complete the thought and add personality. And the beautiful thing about accessories is that even if your actual wardrobe hasn't changed much, updating your accessories can completely transform your look and take years off your appearance instantly. Let's break this down by category because each one is important. Jewelry. This is where I see the biggest opportunity for most women. If you're still wearing the same jewelry styles from 10, 15, or 20 years ago, it's definitely time for a refresh. Now, that doesn't mean throwing away your grandmother's pearls or the pieces that have sentimental value, but it does mean being willing to mix in some more current pieces. Right now in fashion, we're seeing delicate layered necklaces, chunky gold or silver hoops, statement earrings that aren't too heavy or dangly, and the beautiful trend of mixing metals, gold and silver together. Don't be afraid to experiment and try new styles. And here's a tip that always works. Sometimes less is more. Instead of wearing a full matching jewelry set, which can look dated, try wearing one statement piece that really pops and let that be the star. Handbags. Oh, this is a big one. Your handbag is something people notice immediately. It's often the first thing someone sees about your outfit. If you're carrying a worn-out bag with fraying edges or a style that's clearly from another decade, like those small structured bags from the 90s or the super slouchy hobo bags from the 2000s, it can age your entire look instantly. Shoes. I cannot stress this enough, and I say this with love. Dated shoes will age you faster than almost anything else you wear. Those chunky, square-toed shoes from the early 2000s, worn-down heels that have lost their shape, overly embellished ballet flats with bows and buckles, all immediately date your look and add years to your appearance. And please, please make sure your shoes are in good condition. Scuffed shoes, worn down heels, or shoes that have lost their shape will drag down even the most beautiful, expensive outfit. Sometimes all a pair needs a good polish or a trip to the shoe repair, and they look brand new again. Sunglasses. An updated pair of sunglasses can completely change your face shape and give you an instant style boost. Oversized frames are generally more flattering and modern than tiny frames. Cat eye shapes are classic and feminine. Classic aviators work on almost everyone. Just make sure they fit your face shape properly and that they're not in a style that's too trendy or dated. Scarves and belts. These are your secret weapons, and they're so underutilized. A beautiful silk scarf tied around your neck, draped over your shoulders, or even tied on your handbag as an accent adds instant sophistication and personality. And a good belt, whether it's a classic leather belt or a more statement-making style, can define your waist and create shape and structure in an otherwise simple outfit. If you found this video helpful, please share it with a friend who might need to hear this message. Maybe your sister, your best friend, your neighbor, or your book club. We're building a community here of women who believe that style never ages, and I would absolutely love for you to be part of it and help spread this message. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell so you're notified every time we post a new video. We've got so much great content coming your way. Everything from wardrobe essentials to beauty tips to confidence-building advice. This is just the beginning. Until next time, remember, you are stylish, you are ageless, and you are absolutely fabulous. Now go out there and show the world. I'll see you in the next video.